It's the joke that was the East Coast West Coast beef battle, and why so many people took part in it, and why was so many people down with it back in '95. When you start off a new year, you reflect on things and where they went off the rails and all the stupidity and all the lameness. That's been a lot of hip hop, and that is its legacy. As an art form, no matter what style you put at it or what you do, is creative. But the people who were associated with it have been some of the biggest dummies on the planet. It's been an embarrassment. It really has. Because as you know, with Puffy and Suge locked up and then the dismiss of their labels, it just showed you that self destruction is real. And that is a large part of the culture and how people gotten seduced by it and the almighty dollar and all the figureheads that have been associated with it. Because everybody's either in on the take or by association or they got some bitter grapes and gripes. None of them come out without association. All of them are associated in some form of capacity. There's 6 degrees of Puffy and there's 6 degrees of Suge Knight, who were both pimped and handled by Clive Davis and Jimmy Iovine. One of those things is that when you look at it, it's hard to appreciate what it become, what it has. Because nobody goes unscathed within the context of it. And they made all their riches and all their greatness as businessmen outside of the music, but they put self destructive tactics to sell from an industry plantation that was too quick to reward them and put them in little boutiques. That's what it was. That's what has occurred. That's what has been. It's one of those things that it's been embarrassing to say the least. There are no great memories of it. There's nothing good to really come out of it. And it's been a situation of just a trial and terror of errors. When I think about it, I just, it just really is a sad, sorry state of affairs. Because it's like you mourning something that didn't have to be mourned, and the stupidity of it has been embarrassing. And when all that went down with hip hop, you know what else happened? No consciousness about voting or no consciousness about rights or to stand up to anything. That's why you got so many people hoodwinked by all these parties. And see, the hoodwinking that is hip hop has led to this. That's right. Thinking that you're going to vote for this person or be with that person. Whatever happened to the Marcus Garvey philosophy? And see, that's the sad part. Ain't nobody coming out saying nothing and really pushing no emphasis on nothing. And it's been destroying and debris each and every passing day. It's been a gummy bear rappers. And so they use the divide of the East Coast, West Coast mess nonsense, which was really very self-destructive, and used. And what has happened to the two of the faces that are associated with it? They're locked up. And the other two faces were buried. Meanwhile, the folks pulling their strings stayed getting richer. And what became of the political agenda and landscape? It got whitewashed and got softened. And that's what you do. When you can shift the narrative to not make you think, that's how that from 30 years ago impacts what you see today. Because there's been no force, no voice, and nothing except from the old guards that end up speaking on stuff. But then the influx of these rappers come along and have been bought and paid and have just, desecrated everything when you get down to it. Now, I am going to say this. I'm a fan of the music because I don't care what style it is. I'm not a fan of the people that associate with it, though. I wish they were like disco acts and they were faceless because a lot of it's been psychological harm. And it hasn't really amounted to anything. The dissing, the disrespect, and no one to speak up on issues that people need to know about and to hear about. And that's the real tragedy involved. But please select, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share the video if you like. And stay woke, stay fresh, stay clear. Hit that membership because when you do request videos, I bring forth. And I do think as I start the new year off, I got to tap into this one because it is a reminder. It wasn't long ago, but the self-destructive nature of the East Coast, West Coast hip hop beef mess is a lot of the problems that we still see today. And the artists aren't accountable and they self-destroyed an era of ears, sentiments, and taking a stand. I'm out.